Um, Rick Ross, hard segue again, Eric. What's going on here? Donated 30K to save a health clinic from foreclosure. What's a health clinic?
Well, it's
Google
it's
ad
like
right in
a
the middle.
hospital for poor people, basically, like people who don't have
Okay,
insurance. And
we're
do you have
using the
did you ever
real term health clinic. Okay.
do you remember the that old Sunny episode where they where they Charlie adopts like a little brother type of thing, like the little mentorship program, and he's like, if you don't buy me this toy, I'm gonna tell my parents you took me to a hospital for poor people. That's what it reminds me of. So he goes in there, and that's a deep cut. That's like one of the first seasons, bro. Anyways, um, yeah,
30K to save a clinic seems pretty low. Was that like their rent or something? I don't know. But it said, remember we covered him having a car show, and neighbors have complained about the level of traffic and foot traffic his annual car show brings to the area. You're complaining about foot traffic brought to your area. Are these people not buying things? Do you not have like anything to sell them?
well, I don't know about the car show, and did we I think we also talked about was it Fayette or Fayetteville, and how there was like
Yeah.
multiples of them. I think believe this one's in Georgia, right? Is it Fayette? And
Yeah.
which would make sense because he's from Florida. It's right there. Um, but yeah, you're right. That was my first thought. Is okay. So he gave them $30,000, and then what? How long do we expect
And
that
then
to
what
last?
happened? 3 days,
Um,
actually.
yeah. Well, apparently, as I understand it, I have a different article pulled up from the one you were looking at. They had started a some sort of fundraiser for $50,000, and they had only raised whatever 20 of it. So Rick Ross finished it with 30, but it
Hmm.
still does beg the question. So maybe they probably had it planned out, but it still does beg the question, because even with the entire 50K, I mean, it doesn't last that long, right? Like if
Imagine
you're
they
if
just
you're that
close it up and
close.
take the money. Oh yeah, sorry, it wasn't enough actually, and we're still closing.
But I don't know. I don't, for whatever reason, Rick Ross is entertaining to me. I don't know. I don't know. It's like he's just funny. He's got like he's got the bald head with the big beard, and his old stuff. His old music was great. I don't know what he's doing recently. He
Oh,
was
a lot of that stuff.
exactly the Ross grunt. It's kind of like the annoyed grunt that Homer Simpson does. It's the Ross grunt. Um, yeah, he was funny on um the Full Send podcast. So I
Mm.
think what's happening is that Rick Ross is evolving in a palatable way. Like some rappers, either they disappear, which is fine, take your money and run, or they kind of harp on the same thing, or you know what I mean? And they just get old in this sort of uh, weird way that's no longer entertaining. But I think somehow Rick Ross has found a way to stay relevant and not be a complete jerk about it. And shout out to Cameron and Mace also, who I think have done a good job. Uh,
Did you hear about the attempted sale of BET?
um,
Tyler Perry's trying to buy BET, which he already owns like 20 or 30%, and they want like 3 billion or something for it. So he's pissed off. But there's some huge bidding war. Another group, Diddy and another guy are trying to buy it, and then another group with 50 Cent and somebody else. I can pull that up too.
no,
It's
but you
pretty
know what's
yeah.
really annoying is that on my little Roku TV over here, when I'm on the menu, BET. I don't know if it's like some special, if there's like a variant of BET, or like how they kind of sometimes these channels have like these little offshoots or whatever, like BET late night or BET
Yep.
comedy
I get all
comedy.
those channels.
Um, they keep pushing this ad to me from BET for a documentary about Gabrielle Union, and it's driving me up a wall because she is the picture of evil, sacrificing her stepson to the Hollywood Transformer demons. And it's just mind boggling how they want to push this one. Do you remember when the little boy or the teenage boy officially got the name change, and then not 48 hours later they're receiving an award on TV? It's just like this stuff is just through the roof, bro.
So BET's asking for 3 billion. Um they also own VH1 and
Oh
their
yeah.
streaming service. Diddy is also a contender with some guy named Byron Allen I've never heard of. And then Shaq, 50 Cent, and some other woman are another group. So there's a very high stakes bidding war here. And the article from the Daily Mail that I read, they are Tyler Perry and his people are upset because Tyler Perry is apparently used to getting his way. And I'm just sitting here thinking, how much money did Tyler Perry make from Medea movies? Like, my God,
Yeah.
who is watching these Medea? One of them's
Well,
called
who?
Boo or something.
I don't know about all those,
Oh, I think
but
you know all of them. I think you and your family watch them every holiday,
well, they love him,
like
right?
on
Because
South Park.
he constantly wears a dress, right? They love a black guy in a dress, so that's why they prop him up
Who's
so much.
they?
The ruling class
Illuminati.
establishment. I don't know. I don't know. They love to manipulate people like that. But I haven't watched BET in. I mean, who? I guess it's for kids now. It's for the next generation. I mean, they're not targeting anybody who's 30+ years old, right? I mean,
I
who is it
think they
for?
may even have a channel that I clicked on that only shows their music videos in black and white, which is very strange. It's a bit, I think. I'm gonna see
Um,
if that's a real thing.
as far as this is concerned, if I'm picking a team here, I got to go with Shaq and 50, right? Like
Yeah, obviously they're the most likely to make it cringe. Tyler Perry's just gonna have Medea movies playing on loop. Diddy's gonna have like whatever's
making the
popular for the
band
day.
too.
That would be great. But remember when Diddy tried to make his black identitarian political party
I don't remember that.
right
I
before the
remember
last
when he ran.
election? He announced he was making a new political party, and then everybody was like, "This is racist," and he stopped.
What about Andrew Yang? Remember his new party?
What are they called? The Forward Party.
The Forward Party, I think you're right. And
Diddy starts new party to empower Black Americans.
uh, yeah, there it is, the paywall. Wait, what's
No
the date on that?
paywall.
October 20. Oh, it didn't.
Yeah,
I thought.
right before the election. Great job. So it was never meant to take anyone out of
Well,
office when
remember
you
when Kanye
an
started
election.
the birthday party?
Yes, he had a platform.
Which you made a good video about on years ago. When
Did I?
I was still in Brooklyn, and you made a pretty good video highlighting because at that point in time it was just crazy, like, oh, crazy Kanye, he can't do anything, and then you actually read the platform that he put on the website, and you're like, actually, that kind of makes sense.
Turn it up, Jordan.